Yo, YouTube, what's good with y'all, man? Hey, another vid. Checking out our boy, Degenerocity, bro. Oh, I kind of messed up that. Degenerocity, the hell of homework. Chav, y'all don't know who Degenerocity is, man. He makes a lot of fun. He makes good ass videos. Surprisingly, really good videos, bro. I tapped in with him a few months ago, and he makes very relatable vids, especially as like my age. So let's check him out, man.
Father, horseman, father, slave abolitionist, but most importantly, education reformer. Man spent a majority of his career changing the scope of American public school education to an overall better environment. You see, back then, teachers were slightly more dumb than they are now. Anybody could have been a teacher back then, even you. So Horace changed it to teachers have to be trained professionals for him to teach. Also, he wanted more girl teachers, no more teachers with sausages. He opted for a more diverse school environment. He wanted to equalize the learning experience for all kids so they can learn the same no matter the background. The man did a whole heap of advancements to the American education system.
Yo, Nay, what's good with you, man? How you doing?
Still used to this very day. There's like 1,000 schools that are named after him, bro. This guy made a difference. The man basically made everything we know about modern American education we do today, including enforcing the worst mother thing to ever exist. Homework! This man did everything right for the
Chat, do y'all still do homework? My back been hurting for like, I don't know how many days. Well, what you been doing?
Education system. But with this one thing, he made everything wrong. I know you were a slave abolitionist advocating to end slavery and all, but bringing homework over to the U.S. might even be worse than slavery. You know how Oppenheimer made the first apology video after creating those nukes that were dropped on Japan? Well, imagine being this Frankenstein-looking dude, ruining the childhoods of everybody in America. Homework is the worst thing to ever happen. And I'm gonna try to explain.
I'm telling you right now, you gonna get to a certain point, and you be like, no, what, bro, I'm just not doing homework no more. And I don't. Be honest, bro. I got 20 days left, bro. I got 20-something days left, bro. Oh, look, come on, dude. I got 20-something days left, bro. I'm done. I've done everything else I needed to do. I'm about to graduate at the end of May. What? What are you saying, Nate? I don't know what you're saying.
Explain every single minute detail on why not only it sucks, but it's useless. But for me to explain that, let's figure out why homework was created in the first place.
Ad break. Gotta edit this now.
You take care of everyone.
Must be nice.
But what about you and your mouth? Aspen Dental is here for you.
You still struggling, huh?
Google search is...
Wait, Nay. You're not a senior? You're not a senior? Why did I think this whole time you were a senior? I thought this whole time that you were a senior. You were a junior this whole time? Wow. I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Says Robert Novellius, an Italian teacher, invented the whole concept of homework, and he assigned it to punish students who didn't demonstrate a good understanding of the lesson that was taught in class, or just lazy and disobedient students. He would punish them with homework. And yes, I might agree that homework was a worse punishment than being beat with a ruler, and I could just blame all my school misery on this guy. But when researching it, it also says he did this in 1905 or 1095.
So stupid.
Now, I might not be a genius, but the math isn't math in here. How he do this in 1905 or 1095? That's like 6 billion years apart. Is he a vampire? Is he related to Nicolas Cage? We'll never know. Because apparently, there's no real evidence this Roberto Noodle guy even existed. So Google is giving me some false information. Now I gotta switch over to Bing now. The real reason on why homework was created dates back to ancient Rome in the 1st century AD. That's a few years after the Big Bang. The term homework can be traced back to this time, said by Pliny or Pliny the Younger, an oratory teacher. That's a teacher that teaches you how to talk to strangers. He believed the repetition and practice of speech would help students get better at their speaking skills. So he would often tell students to practice speaking at home, essentially homework. So homework was created for students to practice the subject. I mean, that was probably a no duh for most people watching. But the way this Pliny guy used it, it isn't really homework. Nah, sometimes teachers will tell you your homework is to study for the test the next day. And when they say that, in my head, they basically told me, I don't got homework. I'm not gonna study when I get home. I'm gonna be too busy playing Hello Kitty Adventure.
No, okay, that's okay.
Then I'm gonna study last minute on the bus ride to school.
I'm gonna be honest, chat. Now, when I was younger, I couldn't play the game on weekdays. I can only play the game on weekends. Okay, so like during the weekday, I had to focus on my homework, focus on my school shit. I hated it. And when I was done with my homework, I just watch TV all the time. I hated it. Okay, but I didn't have the urge to play the game. But like, homework was so stupid.
School the next day, also studying a bit in homeroom before their class, and I'll still get away with a B-. Yeah. Hey, I'm happy with that. PP, the teacher's homework, wasn't really homework. It was a suggestion, like how dentists suggest that you brush your teeth twice a day. Don't tell me what to do. I brush my teeth once a week, tops.
Well, what do you mean by in the morning and at night?
But obviously, homework has devolved since the time of Phineas and Ferb. Instead of studying, we have multiple choice sheets, written assignments, projects, reading whole textbook chapters of homework.
Don't do nothing for me.
Isn't that what class is for? You assigning me textbook chapters to read as homework is basically telling me to go and teach myself.
Right.
What am I here for? What are we doing here then? I might as well be at home playing with my Hello Kitty. I remember I had this one teacher that would basically assign essays to type every class as homework with a minimum word count of like 300.
I know teachers
Don't
like
take
that,
honors history. Worst mistake of my life.
Don't take honors classes, period. Chat. That honors and AP stuff is the biggest scam ever. Don't take that stuff,
like,
man.
Homework now is just...
You all learn the same thing. You literally learn the same thing as the other classes. There's no difference. The only might be difference is they just make it harder. That's all it is, bro.
It's an overload of mandatory tasks that when combined with every other class that assigns it, you're looking at a whole behemoth booty load of exhaustion you have to do every night. And all this new age of homework is still looked at as practice of what you're already learning. But in this day and age, how is homework practice? Practice for what exactly? How fast can I Google the answer to this question? How fast can Photomath scan this math equation and give me the answer with work? How fast can I find a Quizlet that has every single answer to every single question on any English or science assignment in order? This is no longer practicing or studying these subjects. We just copying and pasting. Especially nowadays with stuff like ChatGPT and all its alternatives, where we can get whole essays about feet typed to us in a second for free. Homework in general is just obsolete, or at least its intended purpose of making us study and practice is.
I'm gonna still have to do it because I want to get good grades. So I'm gonna still have to do my homework, but it's just like
homework is just needless work. Stop assigning it. I bet you teachers would like that too. It gives you less work to go through and grade. I know some of you teachers complain about the amount of work you do. Then y'all just give out more homework, essentially giving us more work for me and you. Do you like to suffer? Is that what you like? Suffering? Speaking of eternal damnation, let me talk about how even people back then agreed with what I'm saying. In the early 1900s, big-time publications like the New York Times and Ladies' Home Journal published articles on how homework can affect the health and mental state of a child negatively. The articles basically showed, you see that kid right there? That's your child on homework. These articles caused an outrage against the schools in the West, and California, being California, it did something insane. But for the first and only time, a good kind of crazy. In 1901, California banned homework for kids under 15.
Shit.
You thought it could never be done.
Shit.
But faith has been restored. Skip some years, and in 1923, the American Child Health Association formed. And they also thought homework was bad for the brain. And in the 1930s, they even went as far as to deem homework as child labor. You see, during this time, America just had the Industrial Revolution, and the children yearned for the mind. So kids as young as 5 were playing Minecraft in real life. And by the 1930s, a bunch of laws had sadly been signed against child labor. but recently for it. And since these laws were being passed, the ACHA thought it was a great opportunity to finally get rid of homework once and for all. Obviously, that didn't work out. Nope. And about that California bill, that also didn't last long. Nope. That only lasted like 10 years. Like everything in California, the fun only lasts a second. Then you're homeless. There's more to this American homework story, but we all know the ending because we're living in it. ACHA were the only group of people that understood that we were being worked to the bone over this work. How not only it was hurting us, but it was destroying our minds. Yet our government failed the people's needs once again.
Homework just is so like... That's literally how you feel when you're doing homework. That right there. It's like, what is, like, why? Just why?
Hours and nights of work I had to do just so my grade could go up 0.0.
Right. That's what I'm saying, bro. The algorithm is so stupid. The algorithm is so stupid. You do all this work. You stay up late at night, no sleep. Working on fumes the next morning. You turn it in. Your grade go from 75 to a 76.5. But if I don't do it, it'll drop to a 75 to a 67. What? Make that make sense.
For 2%, and for some reason go down 50% if I didn't do it as...
That's what I'm... You see what I mean? That's literally what I'm... That's literally what I just said. That's literally what I'm saying. That's literally what I'm saying. Jesus Christ, this is so stupid.
2%, and for some reason go down 50% if I didn't do an assignment.
It's so stupid.
The amount of stress that brings a student, it's deadly. I've already described why homework is useless, terrible, and gave my firstborn cancer.
You'll get to the point, for my young kids, you get to the point where you was like, no, bro, it is what it is, man.
Punishment that would be...
If you can afford it, if you got all A's, you don't do like one assignment, it ain't gonna kill you.
Beyond my comprehension if it didn't exist.
I
hate homework so much. I want it abolished. Almost as much as I want stealing from Walmart to be legal. And in my world it is, but let's not right now. But what's the replacement of homework if it were to get banned? What will take its place? I'ma tell you. Actual studying. Homework would be you studying all the notes and what you went over in class. So the practice part of homework would actually work. And I know some people are thinking, nah, you a liar, man. You just said whenever studying was your homework, you're gonna go and play Hello Kitty Adventure. You can't fool me. Yeah, and the reason for that is because every other night I'm doing back-breaking homework. The only reason I play video games that day is because it's essentially my day off. Yeah. That's why. If I was assigned to study every day as homework for every class, I would probably still play video games, not gonna lie. But it would motivate me more to study. Maybe after clocking in 5 hours on the 10 dogs, I'ma feel a little slumped. Then I'ma remember, oh yeah, I got school tomorrow. Then study for like 5 minutes, you know?
Yeah, I would say
better than nothing. You know what's really better? Copying and pasting an hour worth of homework, learning nothing, or that 5 minutes every day where I learn and practice 5 minutes of stuff and actually remember. I think we both know the answer. It's a better system, man. I'm telling you, it's a win-win on both sides. The teacher and student get less work while class grade averages go up. Also, to any student that would still fail their classes with this system, nah, you just dumb, bro. Sorry. You still failing when there's no homework, bro. You're the one with the doo-doo for brains. Just transfer, bro. I got the perfect place for you. And that is my reasoning why homework is hell on earth and my solution to that problem. Thank you. Thank you. And to any kids watching this right now, show this video to your teacher and tell them to watch it, because I just gave them the most convincing reason on why homework is terrible. I'm about to change their brains. I made sure not to cuss or say anything dirty in this video so you won't get in trouble. And if they watch this and still give you homework, jump them! Jump them! I'm just kidding. Just put a grenade in their desk when they're not looking. Homework is dookie, and that's all I wanted to say.
Jesus Christ.
And in conclusion, Mario, Luigi, and a Donkey Kong 2.
Jesus Christ, bro. Man, Chad. Y'all get there one day, man. All the young bucks, y'all get there one day. Bye, YouTube.